Hello, hello! I'm at home. I am packing for my next flight nanny trip, and I'm going to show you everything I have in my bag. Now, some of these items are specifically pet-related, puppy-related, kitten-related, and some of them are just simple survival items for someone who travels all the time. On the majority of my flight nanny trips, I carry just a backpack, and I have been traveling with this nomadic backpack for, I think, 3 years now. And it has been one of my absolute best investments. For one, it is so high quality. These zippers are going to last forever. It actually comes with a lifetime warranty. This type of backpack is normally for someone who carries camera equipment, but I specifically liked it because of the size. I found this bag because I saw someone at the airport with this bag and I was like, that's exactly what I need. It's because of the shape of it and the size of it. It's just the right dimensions that one of my pet carriers can go inside. And so for me, that was the biggest selling point. I hated having to carry an empty pet carrier around the airport. It was frustrating. But over the years, there are just so many other things about this bag that I think have really just been so amazing for me. For one, there are tons of pockets everywhere. This whole side is for all of your electronics. There's all these tiny little pockets. Inside is very open, lots of space, and then there's a laptop sleeve right here. There's lots of other things that I'll show you as we go along, but this bag alone has saved me so much time and money because I hate having to check a bag. I hate it. For one, it can just slow you down. If there's ever a cancellation or a delay and you have to stay with your checked bag, like your day's over. But if you're already through the secured area of the airport, it'd be really easy just to book a last minute flight, get on a new plane. So this thing basically is the size of a carry-on. I just carry it on my back as a personal item. It's a little bit of a trick there. But I'm gonna show you everything that I put inside of it. And when I'm traveling with a pet, you're gonna be shocked by everything that can go inside of this bag. Let's go. All right, the first thing I am going to put in my bag is this pop-up tent for puppies. I love this whenever I have a planned overnight with a pet, or if it's a really long travel day, like something over 8 hours, and I know I'm going to want some time at our layover for the puppy to get a good, safe, comfortable potty break. I use this little pop-up tent. It's a great thing to have in the hotel room to give a puppy their own private space for sleeping, for doing their business, keeps them nice and safe when you're at the airport so you don't have to put them down in public. It's just easy to clean, wipe down, and then pop back right into this case and into my bag. All right, layer one is done. The most important thing I can take with me on a trip is my pet carrier. This is one of my new favorite brands right now, the Virgin Nest, and I believe this is sort of their intermediate size. These are great for dogs and cats, and what's so awesome about these bags is that they can compress, as you can see, but they also have a really soft frame. I think one of the most important things about choosing a pet carrier is one that is soft and flexible on the top. So whenever this is you're going under the seat, it's very soft and flexible, so you're gonna be able to slide it under the seat, kind of tuck back and down, and then it sort of pops back into place. The biggest trouble I see people having these days when they're getting on flight is that they've got this really high quality bag that's a really stiff frame, and it doesn't go under the seats all the way, and it's uncomfortable for them, it's uncomfortable for the dog, and sometimes it can result in you not being able to fly. And also choosing a pet carrier that you trust, that you know is going to be safe for your dog and get you on that plane is so, so important. This one's got a nice little pocket. It's got a luggage strap, and I love that these handles are not too fancy. I think anything that has like the rope on it can sometimes be uncomfortable. This has just all the right features that you need to do the job. So before I pick up the puppy, I'm just gonna collapse this down, fold it up, put it into my bag. All right, layer number two. There are some basics that I like to have with any pet I'm traveling with. One of those is potty pads, usually for one pet. I'm gonna make sure I have 4 because I don't wanna run out. Another one is a soft little felt blanket. You don't need anything too fancy. These do great because they can absorb liquid if they need to. They're cheap. You can throw them away if they get soiled. They're a nice little comfort item to make your puppy or kitty really comfortable in their carrier. And then I like to have a water dish of some sort. I really like stainless steel because it's easy for me to clean and reuse, but it's also great just to use one of these little collapsible ones, and then you just give it to the family after the trip. And for kittens, I like to use like tiny little ceramic dishes, or sometimes those really shallow stainless steel versions. So I always have a couple of those in my bag just in case. Wet ones for dogs, if you know, you know. And then having some kind of entertainment or chewable for a puppy is really, really helpful. So these little Nylabones are some of my favorites too, because they're malleable, they're soft enough, they're not going to break little baby shark teeth on these things. These are the kind that don't have any kind of flavor to them or anything like that. They're just really simple little Nylabones, and these little ridges are really great for those little puppy gums. And then I also like to have a stuffy. Some pets really like to have a little friend inside there, so little lamb chop is always a solid choice. I am also bringing along my poop bag and an empty plastic bag. You never know whenever you need to dispose of a mess, and if you already have some way to contain it, it's going to make your life a little bit easier. Sometimes I also carry one of these little fans with me. It's USB-A powered, and it's nice relief for you after you've just gone through security. It's got 2 settings, that's nice. Yeah, whew, it feels good. But it can also be really helpful if you got a puppy that just can't cool down. So this is a nice little thing to have. Some of the puppies we travel with also go home with a little snuggle puppy, and these are great. They have a little battery operated heart inside, and it gives your puppy company while they're flying home to you. And these always help, always help. It never hurts to have these, especially if you got like a smaller puppy that is used to having his brothers and sisters around. You know, it could just be a really nice way to give them some extra comfort as they're going on their way home. If I am traveling with a cat, mostly adult cats, sometimes kittens on a really long trip, but mostly cats, I'll bring along one of my collapsible litter boxes. It's just like this, and it folds up just like this. And it's great to take with you if you just got a really long day with a cat on board. I usually just ask the owner for a Ziploc bag of their litter, and I'll have a little trash bag that I put inside of this, and we'll set it up in one of the private bathrooms with the litter inside and let them do their business. I would say half the time they use it. If they haven't been trained to use this specific litter box, chances are they're not really going to use it while traveling. But every now and then, overnight in a hotel, whenever we had an unexpected layover, I'll put this out inside the hotel bathroom and they'll use it. So it's definitely a nice thing to take along if you got a cat with you. For kitties also, these little churro treats are a great thing just to keep on hand. Most of the time we ask families to provide just a little bit of wet food for cats to make sure that they stay hydrated while we're traveling. They don't always want to eat or drink, but the churros usually tempt them enough to give them a little bit of nutrients. So I like having those with me when I'm traveling with the cat, just so that I know he's getting what he needs to stay healthy while we're on our way. And one of these little crispy catnip toys, great for kittens to give them a little bit of entertainment as well. I love these. And I always like to have a little soft slip lead. It's very rare that we'll need to walk a puppy, and because we don't really want them to be, on the ground in public, but every now and then it can be helpful just to have a really easy way to contain a puppy, or maybe even a small adult dog that we're traveling with. Just having one of these just in case is incredibly handy. I don't always travel with this, but it is super handy to have. This has so many great resources to help you if you're in a situation with a pet where you have, a small emergency. It comes with this amazing little pet first aid guide to help walk you through any kind of serious issue that you might have if you're traveling with a pet. Some of it is, if a pet has a seizure, or if they've ingested something that's toxic to them, or if they're having heat stroke, and they give you resources here to help you deal with that. This is mostly filled with things like safety scissors and gauze and tape, things to help mitigate minor injuries, and I just feel safer when I have it with me because I know I'm prepared for anything. Those are some of the basic pet items. So what about the human things that I need to survive? I'm just gonna go through these pretty quickly, but I usually like to have some kind of sprayable hand sanitizer. This little gadget I use in any rental car I use. It sticks on the display and I can mount my phone on it as an easy phone mount no matter what car I'm in. Power bank. Got this one at Costco. It's my absolute favorite one, especially if you're flying on like Southwest, right? And they don't have, you know, a place to plug in your phone to charge. Having one of these babies could save you. All kinds of plugs, chargers, yep. This little gadget, I use this to charge my devices while I'm in a hotel room. And the design is super simple, but it can charge my phone here, my Apple Watch here, and my iPods here. And you just plug it in and it charges all of your devices at once. And I also use it sometimes on a plane even. If I don't have a screen on the plane, I can just like hook this into the back of the seat pocket and put my phone right here, and then I can easily, you know, watch my phone from there. I use it a lot of different ways, but it's just one of those really simple gadgets that I take with me everywhere now. You wouldn't think it, but this is one of the most important things I travel with. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in a hotel room and I've just heated up my mac and cheese and I have no fork. And I hate having to go down, you know, to the hotel front desk and ask for a plastic fork or a plastic spoon. So just having one in my bag that I know I can use anytime, really, really helpful. Things I wish I didn't have to bring with me, but I do anyway because I always regret not having them. Umbrella, mostly for international travel, and one of these guys. I tried to use one of those little travel size versions and it didn't do what I needed it to do at all. Yeah, but this saves me from wearing fur glitter after a delivery, so thank you. And then I've always got some kind of like easy bag to carry with me. Sometimes, you know, the breeder will send you home with a lot of extra stuff for the puppy, and if my bag is already full, I need to find a way to get all of this extra stuff on the plane without having to check a bag. So usually having an extra bag like this, or even that, you know, plastic grocery bag that's in there, I can put the puppy stuff in there, tie it to my backpack, and then it all acts as one. All right, that's sort of my little trick to avoid checking a bag. I usually have a bag of snacks too. Just really simple, looks something like this. Inside I've got a tuna pouch, I've got some powdered bone broth, condiments like mustard and mayo. I always want those things when I can't find them. And sugar-free liquid IV. I'm addicted to it. So those are little snacks I keep with me. One other thing I really like to bring with me. This is a little spray bottle of Rescue One Step, and this is great for cleaning my pet carriers, cleaning my pop-up tent, or cleaning any floor that the puppy might come in contact with. So whether it's a hotel bathroom or if it's a private family restroom, I really try to avoid it, but if I can't, then I like to spray this all over the floor, let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then wipe it down with a wet cloth. It's veterinary grade bleach alternative, and it's gonna get rid of any of those icky diseases that are harmful to puppies and kittens and keep them a lot safer while they're traveling. And for my own clothes, yes, I do kind of have to take some clothes every now and then, even if it's just a change of underwear, socks, you know, things like that, personal items. So I have these little packing cubes and they come in all different sizes. This is like a medium size. There's one that's a little bit smaller, maybe like half the size, and one that's a little bit bigger. They do compress to go a little bit smaller, but it's usually just enough to put like, you know, an extra pair of pants, an extra shirt, some underwear, some socks. I don't carry a whole lot of clothes with me when I travel. I try to layer up and just wear what I need. But that goes right into my bag as well. And the last little thing I need to add to my bag are my toiletries. All right, let's see where we are. All right, here we go. I am ready to go pick up a puppy or a kitten. You know, and it's really not as heavy as it looks. When I have my laptop in there, that's when I really start to feel it a little bit. It does have these little tabs here that can do like that, and I feel like it definitely, you know, help support a little bit. And it even comes with waist straps, like a hiking backpack. I very rarely use those, but yeah, great bag. Got everything I need in here to have a comfortable trip for myself and make sure I've got everything I need to take care of my puppy friend. These are really just the basics. There are a ton of other little gadgets that I've used over time, or sometimes a family will have their own puppy package ready at pickup, and so, you know, I'll get to discover a new item just from traveling with their pet. What are some other pet travel items that you think everyone should know about, especially for air travel? Just let me know in the comments. I want to know what you're traveling with. I want to try it out myself. I really try to try anything that is going to make my life easier and that make my pet happier. So, all right, I think I've shown you enough of my dirty house right now. Okay, I will see you next time.